Yabba dabba doo. Hey folks, it's Saturday evening here, and talk about the week. Let's jump right into it. I did 3 comedy open mics this week. As you guys know, I average usually 1 a week, once in a while 2, and sometimes usually none. So to start the week, Monday night I had my open mic over at Weenie's. It wasn't raining too bad, but it was kind of like rainy poop weather, and 2 comedians canceled and said they were going to go. So I was like, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. My prediction was, I said, if I'm lucky, I'll get 5 comics and maybe a couple audience members, like 2 or 3. Well, I ended up having 10, and one of them was this college kid named Josh. And he said, hey, can I go number 2 because I'm bringing some friends? I said, sure. So he signed up number 2, and last minute, about 5 minutes before the show, about 15 college kids come in. 15 white college kids. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know? So we ended up having a good turnout, but they were kind of a stiff crowd, and I'm not just saying that for my set. My material did okay, but I did a few impressions. It bombed. I did my topical news puns. They bombed. And one of the comedians there, whose name I won't say, is an experienced comedian. He usually does well at a time. Even he didn't do well. I think he was shocked. And a couple comedians did get some laughs, but they were a stiff crowd. They laughed at the guy that apparently he lost a fantasy football bet, Josh. So he did some comedy. And they laughed at his stuff because, you know, he was making fun of his friends and stuff. He did about 4 minutes. And, yeah, the show ended around 9:30. It was a good turnout. One of the best turnouts we had since February, when Ed Bassmaster from YouTube was there. And that was that. So Monday night was a success. They weren't the best audience, but hey, it's good to at least have an audience. So that was Monday night. Tuesday and Friday night, I went to the gym. I got a Chipotle bowl. Who gives a shit? All right, you're right. And then Wednesday, I didn't know where to go. I got nowhere else to go. So I wanted to go to Jersey, but I pussied out because every time I think about going to Tap Room in Jersey, if you guys remember years ago, they used to be my go-to open mic. You know, they go out of order, and they're probably, put me on last, even though I get there first. They're mad at me because I said some stuff. And plus, there's a lot of comics there that don't like me because I did some black jokes, and they all love black people there. Yeah, I'm sure they hang out with those people outside of their lives. Not. So anyways, I decided to go to the Royal, and I didn't go last week. So I said, all right, I'll go. And the place was packed. Usually they get anywhere between 12 to 15 acts. They had over 20 acts. One girl was her birthday. She brought a couple people. This other guy in a band did this cool Scooby-Doo song. He brought a couple people. So they had there was over 30 people in the room. I grabbed the number 1 spot. You have to grab numbers on a table. You have to pick one. And then they call your number randomly. So they call my number within a few spots. I took the first spot. I'm going on. So pretty much I go on. The place is packed. I do a Charlie Kirk impression. If you guys want to see it, it's on the Josh Jack Network channel. It's a short where I say, this is my impression of Charlie Kirk. And I slap myself in the neck like I got shot. And the place went quiet, and 3 or 4 people went, oh. And I wouldn't play the clip right now, but the problem is when I slapped myself on the neck, it knocked the recorder loose. The recorder got messed up. So anyways, I did some of the stuff I did from Monday night and a couple of new things. I only did about 5 minutes. I could have did another 3 minutes, but I did 5 because, there's a lot of people there, a lot of acts. And I was like, there's a lot of acts tonight, so I'm going to cut my set short, which I always do there. 5 minutes is plenty enough time for me. And I did okay. I got some good laughs. Nobody came up to me, of course, and said good job because I guess the Charlie Kirk was too much for them. But, in comedy, you take risks. I mean, the woman in the back who runs it, she was shocked. She had her hand over her mouth like, oh. And then this young kid, Tim Moxie, who plays the guitar, when I went outside to step out for a minute, he said, hey, man, I love the Charlie Kirk joke. That was great. So I did okay. That was Wednesday. I got on stage twice. Then Thursday comes. I signed up for this open mic in Jersey. I was going to ask for a ride from somebody, but I decided, you know what, I'm not going to ask for a ride. And then the cookie texted me and said she was going. So I was like, all right, let's see. She was nice enough to drive me over there. So I went with the cookie. It's an open mic in a coffee shop. Starts at 7:30. He goes out of order. He puts names in a hat, whatever, and pulls names out. So I was like number 6 or 7. And pretty much it was all comedians there. There was only 3 audience members there. Some comic brought his wife. There was this black girl who goes there who's a regular. and there was this some female comic brought her mom. So I did 5 minutes. I did some of the stuff from Monday and Wednesday. I did one new joke or so. And then when I got the light, when I had 1 minute left, I did my Kale McStooge impression when I put my wig and glasses on. And I did Chef Ramsay impression. And out of the 3 sets, that was probably my best one. But the problem was, it was mostly comics. And, when you get laughs in front of mostly comics, it feels good. But at the same time, it's like, well, if I can make the comics laugh, that's great. But the whole point of comedy is to make the audience laugh, But, what can you do? So I probably had a good set there. That was probably my best set of the week. Monday was not so good. Wednesday was okay. And Thursday was good. Not great, good. So I got on stage 3 times this week. Oh, yeah, after the Royal, I forgot to mention, I went to McDonald's. And I got 2 McDoubles. Not that that matters. And I ate them near my house. Woofed it down. So that was pretty much for the comedy. And then I put up a prank call show this week. Probably one of the worst episodes I've done in a while. I know the Craigslist thing is getting old. I got to go back to the drawing board. I was going to call some businesses, but I got lazy. So on the next episode, there'll be a Halloween show. We'll call some businesses and some stuff. We'll mess around. It'll probably be a little bit better. So we put up 3 shorts this week. 2 of them out of the 3 got over 1,000 views. The one I put up on the Josh Jack channel and the one I put up on the Jack Comedy channel, I think they both got about 1,400 views. And the one I put up on the other channel, the Jack Comedy channel, I think only got like 500 views. So that's pretty good. 2 out of 3. Not that it matters. And that's it for the week. Tonight's Saturday night. I didn't know where to go tonight. You guys know I want to go to Old City, but I don't feel like taking the bus and train down. I can't park my car at the train station. It's a hoopty. Nobody would steal it, but I don't want my car to get messed up. So I'm here at the Target parking lot. I got a beer from 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm going to do a beer review. It's frozen. I put it in the freezer for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. This thing is still frozen, man. But I'm going to drink this, and then I'm either going to go to Taco Bell, or I might go to Chicky and Pete's, or somewhere else, depending on how I feel when I get drunk. And we'll report back later. I'm pretty sure something amazing will happen. Not. But anyways, this is the first but yet worst comedy podcast in Philadelphia. This is your favorite podcast most people won't even listen to. And we'll do the aftermath after this clip, and then get to your least favorite segment. All right? Well, if you want to, you stay put there, fuckers. Alright, guys, the aftermath. I just got home. Nothing happened other than I went to Taco Bell. I got the 2 Chalupa Supreme meal, chicken Chalupa Supreme meal, with a soft taco, the sugar-free Baja Blast. No, I did not poop. But one thing I forgot to mention was on Thursday, after the Jersey open mic, the cookie and I went to some bar, and she got her usual Cobb salad, and I got a large pizza. And I thought it was going to be like a medium-sized pizza, like Chicky and Pete's. So this was like a big pizza. I ate 7 out of the 8 slices. It was an upside-down pizza. And my stomach was so full, I don't know how I didn't poop. And I made it home just in time that night. Within a few minutes, I had to go. I know this isn't the poop show. But that's it, folks. That's it. Nothing happened tonight. Just a typical night. But I got a beer review for next week and another video I shot. And now it's time to get to your least favorite segment. It's time to get to the odd news. All right, let's get to the odd news. Police break up Lego theft ring, recovering hundreds of beheaded figurines. Well, leave it to the police to make peace by peace. Right. Sea otters are stealing surfboards in Santa Cruz again. So I guess they're just boarding up there's a joke there somewhere. Indian man stages his own funeral just to see who cares. Well, I guess he was trying to see who was gonna come over the box. And, I don't know, something there. Look, you do a podcast, you see how easy it is. Customers sue sneaker company over shoes that cause noisy and embarrassing squeak. I used to have shoes like that when I was a kid. It is pretty embarrassing. So they're loud shoes. I'm bombing, guys. I have nothing. He paid $75 for basketball cards glued to a wooden chest. Now they're worth thousands of dollars. Baseball cards. I guess he hit one out the park. That's okay. For $900, this subway seat could be yours. Boy who is deaf signs his name for the first time after cashier's ASL surprise. I guess you could hear that. Trump fabricates story of hand-to-hand combat between the troops. Trump 2028. Alright, enough of that. Spanish town bans black cat adoptions over fear of Halloween rituals. Well, that sounds racist. Kim Kardashian's pubic hair panties are sold without a wait list. Ugh. It's covered with nothing but BBC, folks. Meet the nutmaxers obsessed with shooting bigger loads. So guys want to shoot bigger loads. I guess they all want to shoot their shot. Something there. I guess they're all the cream of the crop. I use that joke already. Cyprus has a cat problem. One feline for every resident. Dog sparks Chapel Hill house fire for chewing on aluminum battery device. I guess they're really charged. Gorilla slams in the glass at a San Diego zoo, leaving visitors screaming in shock. Yeah, I guess he broke that glass ceiling. Man charged with murder runs for Llano County Sheriff. German woman who stole ancient relic over 50 years ago returns it to Greece. Never too late to do the right thing. You old bitch. A candidate disappeared months ago after an ocean swim. Giant trolls have a message for humans for protecting the planet. Free KFC meals for traders hit by a crypto crash. It's crypto looking good. Alright, there's one more news site I think we can get to. There might be. It says giant residence store poop fallen from aircraft and fridge thinking it's a rare minimal. Hey, save that for the poop show. Okay. Sam Altman says ChatGPT will soon sext with lucky adults. So you're going to be able to sex with ChatGPT. I guess it won't be AI, it'll be cream pie. That's bad. I think I read this story last week. I think that's it. Well, folks, that's it for the end of this show. I will see you folks on the next one. You just listened to, and we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuffy.